GoPro, start recording. Let go of the hook. There you go. Okay, I think I'm going to throw a worm for a little bit. I need to get a fish in the boat. And we'll get back to this here in a little bit. Still early. It's only 4:28. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording. So glad you decided to stay hooked up like you're supposed to. That was weird. I want to go back in the water. No, because you're not getting anything done. One fish you caught, you lost. So we'll go try something else. Go down here to these lily pads, and then we'll circle back and hit up the peacock spot again. Right now, I just want to get a fish on the line. You know what I'm saying? Do me a favor. Press the like button. Give me some hearts on your screen there. Unless you're watching me on TV. To the bebops. Holy shit, what's up, y'all? Look down, there's a whole handful of y'all in here. So, right here trying to catch some peacock. Right now, I just switched back to a worm. I'm going to try to get a largemouth on my boat. I'm going to get the skunk out of here before I can focus on trying to catch a single species of fish, you know what I'm saying? Especially something as persnickety as a peacock. We're here in Cape Coral, Florida. It was like 38 last night. Got in the high 70s today. Water temperature like 62, I think. Pretty chilly when I got in it to get in my boat. I'm good. How are you doing? You fish too? Where do you fish at? What do you fish for? What's up, Boston? That's funny. I was just talking to somebody today about Boston. He said he wants to go to Boston next winter so he can see snow. And I proceeded to tell him, because he's from Brazil, that he can see snow in plenty of other places than Boston. He told me he had friends in Boston. That makes sense. I've never been to Boston of all places. I've been to most of Massachusetts. I mean, I've been to most states, but I have not been to Massachusetts. But I've been to most of the states in the Union. Used to do a lot of road trips back in the day. That sounds like a sun conure if I've ever heard one. What kind of birds out here? Check it out. Check it out. I've been good. How you been? Is that Carl? Yeah. No, Carter. Sorry. Got small font on the phone. You know what I mean? Thanks for the subscribe. Oh yeah, appreciate it. Like I said, my YouTube channel, when you go to it, it's going to seem all out of sorts and hectic. But just look at my channel more like a TV station, all right, or cable station for that matter. But go to my channel, then go to playlist, and then I have playlists for the fishing, I have playlists for the World War II content, I have playlists for the podcast, the fitness stuff, the video game stuff. So if you're on my channel and you think it looks like a chaotic mess, just go to the playlist tab, and it'll all make sense to you. But all the fishing content is under the playlist of poles and paddles. Is in poles and paddles. Oh, there we go. Take it. Take it. Ah. Must have been a dink. Gotta reset the worm. We're just fishing a Texas rig on a Spear Point performance fishing hook, which is why it's got this weird shape. Check that out. I love these hooks. They usually hook up on the top lip. So we're just gonna do your standard old Texas rig on it like so. Go back over here, see if we can find that fish. Oh, something's jumping. Well, I appreciate it. I'll be out here until at least it gets dark, and then the alligators come out, so I go home. Nah, the alligators out here all day. I just can't see them in the dark. So I usually don't hang out here in the dark too late. After all, my ass is like 5.5 inches above the surface of this water. So when you got alligators in here, you want to see them coming. You know what I'm saying? Nah, they're all small here anyhow. Where do you live that you've never been fishing? Are you the one from Boston? I mean, if you live in Boston, I guess that makes sense. It hasn't rained here in a while, so these canals are only about 1.5 to 3 feet deep. Here in Cape Coral, we have over 950 miles worth of canals that keep the city from flooding. That's how they drained the swamp back in the 60s. Was a turtle. And so we have all these canal systems, but when it doesn't rain, because all the water comes from the roads, when it doesn't rain, the water comes in. The good news is the water's super clear, but it's also low. Summertime, it rains every single day between 3:30 and 6, and so these things are about 3 to 4 feet deeper than they are in the wintertime. But the bad side is all that water comes off the street. So does the cigarette butts, the McDonald's cups, the soda bottles, and all that shit ends up in the canals. Not to mention all the stuff that blows off of people's backyards. So you'll find the pool floats, the fake plastic wicker, like garden hose baskets people put in their backyards, chairs, kids' bikes, all that shit ends up in these canals. Quite sad. From Boston. Yeah, hopefully you can get to go fishing sometime. I'm sure if, well, wouldn't help if you could get to clean the lake if you don't have equipment. I was gonna say, I'm sure you could try to place within an hour or two to go fishing, but you need to go with somebody who has some gear to show you what to do. You got a fish? No, snag. There's a lot of people from Massachusetts down here. Well, just the Northeast in general. You guys prefer to see the, not me, let me know and I'll flip the camera around. Just sometimes it seems like when I flip it around, I don't know if the apps don't share it because they think it's just a static picture of some landscaping, or people just lose interest. So for some reason when it's facing me, I get more viewers than when it's coming around. Dude, he's right there. You don't have to scream. He's like, you can see him. You can see him. You don't have to scream. He's right there. You act like he's 2 miles away. He's right there. one's under duress. Hopefully I'll catch a peacock for you guys. One of the prettiest freshwater fish you'll see. Right now I'm just kind of trying to catch anything with this worm. I'm going to switch worms, I think, to speedtail. This is more of your, just kind of a, I don't know, Cinco Blau. Whoop, hey, look at that. He just kind of chills on it. I'm going to put on a speedtail worm so that when I retrieve him fast, he picks up a little weight behind him. And sometimes that'll excite a more aggressive fish to encourage him to chase into a bite. Yeah, I'm going to go with a big old hoss. I'm going to go with a giant speedtail worm. These guys are huge. Let's get that attention. And if not, we'll go to a smaller one. But here soon, I want to go back to my lure. It's only 4:30. Down here, I find my bite time is really not until about 5:36. So I'm not disenchanted or like bummed that I haven't really caught anything. I did lose one fish earlier, but it's honestly early. So we still got about, I don't know, 30-40 minutes before the real start of bite time. But hopefully we'll catch something before then. I'm just setting your expectations. It'd be funny if I caught a peacock on this. I've never caught a peacock on a worm. I always catch them on like crankbaits and repellers. Something with treble hooks and a little bit of action in them. The bass usually come for these. What's the temperature in Boston right now? Is it balls ass cold, as I like to say? I'm from Ohio and Kentucky, so I can appreciate the Midwest cold. Not quite the Northeast cold, but still cold enough, although let's say. Yeah, so that was two, I don't know if those are ibises or not. So if you're familiar with the Miami Hurricanes college, they got that white bird with the long beak as their mascot. It's called an ibis. The birds make no noise look like that, but they're brown. So I don't think it's exactly an ibis, but it's very similar. I just don't know the names of them. So they were communicating, even though, as you heard me say, they're only 40 yards apart. And then there was another bird getting involved too. So technically there was 3 birds screaming. Snowing right now, actually. Has it been down to 30 degrees for a few days? So that here we go, got one. Got a fish finally. I think he's a dink, but anyhow, I was going to ask, has it been, oh wait a minute, we might actually have a decent fish here. Has it been down in 32 so that your snow don't melt? I guess what I'm trying to ask. Oh, don't lose him, don't lose him, don't lose him. Where'd he go? Ah, he broke off, son of a bitch. So as I was saying earlier, these canals were full of lily pads and they came through and chopped them all up, but that doesn't mean the stems aren't still there. So whatever I had on here swam through the lily pad stems, or stalks if you will, and broke off. GoPro, stop recording. That's all right. That means they're here, so we'll just find us another one. Also means the big speedtail worm is catching their eye. Reset, recast, we'll catch another one. Oop. Wasn't sure I had him at first, that's why I didn't set the hook hard. Thought maybe I was just swimming through lily pads and then my line started going off in its own direction. That's when I knew I had one on there. Still pretty sure he was a dink, but well, his porch lights came on early. But he was fighting pretty good. Yeah, anyhow, so as I was asking, Has it maintained 32 degrees so that your snow you're getting today doesn't melt off tomorrow? So once that the ground, as you know, I'm sure, for the people who may be listening to California or wherever, if you don't have some consistent days at 32 degrees and the ground's still too warm, the snow won't stick around because it melts off. Those are little ducks, believe it or not. There's a handful of ducks down here. And then there's a little black bird that has a little red thing right here. He likes to swim for fish too. He's down there chirping. Yep. When I was living in Ohio in the 90s and 2000s, I'm one of the Gen Xers who really, I was around for basically the rise of snowboarding because I skateboarded as well. Back then you actually had to call ski resorts to see if they'd even allow you to bring a snowboard, because most of the places wouldn't let you because it was such a new sport. But after I snowboarded for 14, 15 years, I got to the point, it's like, well, if I'm not going snowboarding, I don't get excited about the snow because messy roads, the salt causes your exhaust pipes to rot off. It's a pain in the ass. So I moved to California in 2001 and moved to Florida in 2004. So I really don't miss the snow per se. I do miss snowboarding. I was back in Kentucky 2 years ago in the snow. Went fishing. That was kind of fun. You can find that video on my playlist as well. I think it's actually included in the best catches of 2024 video at the end. So you don't actually have to go track down the video. You'll see that. Yeah, because that makes sense because I was there in the wintertime. I was there in December, and then obviously 2025 came along. So yeah, it'll be at the end of the best catches of 2024 video. But that was the last time I was in the snow. We're going to whip this, I'm going to give the worm a few more minutes, and I'm going to go back to throwing that lure, see if we can get us a peacock. Right now I just want to go damn fishing in my hands. Turn this around, you guys can get a little bit of idea what's going on here. So those ducks I was telling you about are down there in front of me. The little guy with the red beak I was telling you about is over there. The one who's making that ruckus. Here comes another fish. Another fish. God. Another bird. Here comes a flying fish. There's a couple birds over there on the bank. Problem you gotta watch with some of these birds are pretty dumb. It's like you're using a topwater or a crankbait. Sometimes they'll try to chase after it, and the last thing you want to do is hook a bird. So you gotta yell at them and try to get them to leave you alone. Especially when the water's clear like this, sometimes they'll dive down and chase your bait. Oh, I thought I had a bite, but I must have been swimming over a stick. Big zoom got us a bite. Hopefully it'll get us another one. If not, we'll switch to a smaller one. Then we'll get back to that lure. There goes that bird I was telling you about. Scared him off. Just landed over there in the water. It's weird seeing birds that aren't ducks, like especially if you weren't born down here. It takes a while to get used to seeing just regular ass birds land in the water. Oop. That's right. I said regular ass birds. The grass is real thick over here. Pulling through that thick grass. If you guys prefer I flip the camera, you just let me know. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me on a Saturday. So this dead ends down here a little ways. I probably won't go all the way down there. I'm gonna fish these willows over here, see if we can catch anything. Push these ducks a little further down. So I tried to start this video in widescreen so that if you guys were watching this on TV, it would populate your whole screen. But sadly, the little cheap cell phone tripod stuck in a water noodle stuck in my cup holder is not really set up for that. And so basically, you guys are staring at my kneecaps. So I pretty much got to shoot it in keystone mode right now in order for you to see my face. So I literally have just like a 5 and below little portable tripod stuck in a water noodle that's cut to the depth of my cup holder. And that's how I'm handling the phone here. Okay. We're gonna start heading back towards where the peacock live. I'm gonna change this worm one more time. Use the same worm but smaller, but more importantly, a different color. The guys down here really enjoy watermelon red. This will give you guys a first scale idea of how large this large worm truly is. So this is a Zoom watermelon, I'm sorry, Zoom, wait, remember the color, Magnum speedtail worm. This is a Zoom watermelon red speedtail worm. So now you can get an idea why this one is called the Magnum, because as you can see, it's definitely bigger. But this is the color of the bass here, and you really do better if you, the old saying, cast the catch, man. You want to throw bait that is the same color as the fish. And if you're new to fishing, you're like, why? Fish eat other fish. Bass eat other bass, and so trying to catch a bass, throw bait that's the same color as the bass, and he'll think it's another bass, and he'll eat its ass. But surprise, shorty, it's my watermelon red Zoom speedtail worm. GoPro, stop recording. One of the things that I realized when I became an angler, you'll hear hunters say this as well, and out here, everything eats everything. Fish, they eat iguanas, they eat baby ducks. Anything they can fit in their mouth with a heartbeat, they'll eat. They don't even have to have an heartbeat, obviously, because of fishing bait, but the point is, anything that'll fit in their mouth that they think they can get protein from, they'll eat it. So, yeah. Bass are not, well, fish in general, they're not, you know, just, oh, I'm out here just, no, it's eat everything. So, point being is, throw the bait of the fish around you so that the other fish will eat it. It ain't a Disney movie out here. Got one. Come on, come on. Ah, he's a dinker. We'll take him. We'll take him. See, I told you. See? He's exactly the same color as that worm. Now, he's a dink. We're not going to get excited, but hey, we got the skunk out of the boat. Now I said that these always hit the top of the lip. Exactly where it got him. The reason that's important is it greatly reduces swallows and hooks at the eye. But look how pretty he is. Isn't that a pretty fish? See the color of the worm? Almost the exact same color. Thank you, dude. GoPro, start recording. You're sleeping on the job again. We caught a dink. Third fish for 2026. Thank you, dude. In case you're wondering, yes, I catch and release. Water is chilly. Okay. Got the skunk out of the boat. I don't have to worry about going home soon. I got skunked. I didn't catch a thing. We're going to throw this guy a few more times, and as we get around this corner, we're going to go back to the other lure, try to catch us some peacock. But for those who've been around for a little bit, you heard me say earlier that bite time's not closer until 5:36. I just caught him at 4:53. So. Try to catch another one. Live action. Got number 2. He's another dink, but we'll take him. Come on, don't get snagged in the lily pad. A little bit bigger than the other one. Still a dink. Number 2. Another pretty fish. Look at that. Number 2. Thank you, dude. Well, the Zoom package says Zoom. Bass love them. So that's 2. I'm not quite down to the peacock area yet, so we're going to keep throwing him after I get my line untangled from him. And they call these speed tails because they got this little hook right here on the tail. And when you retrieve it at a faster speed, it actually swims on top of the water. It kicks up wake. So what that allows you to do is use this worm in multiple applications. You can use it as a worm. You can retrieve it faster and it'll swim underwater. Or you can retrieve it even faster and then it'll swim on top of the water and kick up a wake. And that'll allow you to catch the fish that are hitting on top water. Oh, I thought I had another one. I was going to say that was quick. Thought I had another one, but no, I was in the hydrilla. See the one here. You guys can't see shit, but yeah, see the. That's exactly like that plastic grass you guys put in your fish tanks. It's hydrilla. That's what they base it off of. Got about 2 feet of that underneath me. So for some reason in the fish tanks they paint them like green and red for some pigs. Now I don't know where our redundancies are, what's the word I'm looking for? Delay is at. I don't know if it's 30 seconds or a minute. So I don't know if you guys seen the fish, like the second fish yet or not. I'm looking for comments. I'm not seeing anything, but let's see. To that tail I was showing you. The problem with that tail is if you cast too hard, the centrifugal force, or the whip action, if you will, can cause that tail to separate, fly off. And then the worm has gone from like a dynamic worm to essentially a finesse worm at that point. I usually just take them off and throw them away. Because at that point they're not been able to perform the actions which they're designed to perform. turn the camera around. This brown bird I was talking about, I don't know if you can see. He's literally right up against that bank, standing underneath that tree. Probably won't be able to see him until he moves. That's the bird you all were talking about earlier, saying that you never heard a bird make that noise before. That's him right there. Not by the willows, he's right underneath that green tree. Probably see him moving around. I'll get closer and scare him. You'll see him move. What's up, dude? I'm not gonna hurt you none. Just sharing it to the people on the internet. Okay, I'll leave you be. Now that you move, they can see you. Gotta love camouflage. Here comes the sun. Doody doody. So I mean, they look like an ibis, but they're brown instead of white. Maybe and for all I know, there could be brown ibises. I don't know. It's just every ibis I've seen called an ibis is white. So I'd rather be wrong and misidentify them than sit there acting confident about something that I don't know 100% about. Which, boy, howdy, if more people did that in the world, we'd have a lot less bullshit going on. Know what I mean? So I'm going to roll down here probably about another 30 yards, and then we're going to switch back to the homemade hard bait that we're going to try to catch peacock bass on. Ooh, here we go. Got that one. Oh, this one's a fighter. I actually have a decent fish here. Yeah, we got a decent fish. I'm not saying he's huge, but nope. Yeah, he's bigger than the other two, but yeah, he's caught on a... We'll take him. He's about a pound. Definitely bigger than the other two. Chill. See, just like I said earlier, these hook always through the top lip. He's a nice fish. A lot bigger. He's prettier. Really see the shimmer on him. There you go, guys. Fish number 3 for the day. Thank you, dude. I might actually have bass them before I go home today. GoPro, stop recording. If you guys are ever going to record something that happens over hours, like fishing or what have you. In the case of fishing, for example, anytime I catch a fish, I stop recording so that when I go to edit, I'm not watching one 4-hour-long video trying to find me catch fish. I just fast forward to the end of the clips. The ones that have fish in them, I keep. And if they don't, or if I don't have any sort of indication at the end of that clip that that clip contains something of value, I just save my time and delete it. So what that means is if I don't catch a fish, GoPro, start recording. I stop recording every 10-15 minutes. So once again, I'm not waiting for some long-ass clip. It just makes it easier for editing in the future. So that's a little tip for you. Whether you're fishing, working on a car, anything that just is essentially time-lapse. For every minute of video, that's every minute of editing times 2. So if you have 4-hour-long videos, it'll take you 8 hours to edit it. So make your life easier. So look for fish number 3, preferably. No, I'm sorry, fish number 4. That was fish number 3. It's easy to lose count. There's a tree branch up here I'm going to throw off of. Those in the comment. Let me see. Type when you see that last fish so I can see how long of a delay there is. Oh, I was gonna say, as soon as it hit the, it felt like as soon as it hit the water, it got a hit, but maybe not. Don't run for that tree. Oh, he's running for the tree. He's running for the tree. Fish number. There's a tree right next to me, and I was trying to get him out without him hitting that line, and he got off right by my kayak, right by the water. He was bigger than the other three. I was gonna say fish number 4, but I've lost count. I think it was fish number 4. Yes, that was fish number. Yes, that would have been fish number 4. Okay, I'm gonna turn around. Actually, I caught him over here. He swam toward this tree. He was trying to swim toward the tree branch to break his line off. So I pulled him out of the water, and he's all swinging, and basically ripped his lip because gravity kicked in. Live action. They're actually more ornery with this cold water than I was thinking. There's something over there, because every time I cast over there, it feels like something's biting on my line, but I think it's just running through a tree branch. I'm going to turn around and throw off the back where I just caught that other fish. See that tree? Oh, there you go. So you can see the tree branch sticking out of the water. Yeah, the sticks coming up. Those aren't sticks. That's a tree that's on its side. So that bass is heading for those trees to try to find safety. I was trying to pull him out of there and lost him in the air. Now, some people consider that a catch. The rules we go by is if you don't touch it, it don't count. So I've had occasions where the fish will come up and the hook falls out and they'll bounce off my boat. But because I didn't lay a hand on it, it didn't count. Now, some might say, well, if it touches your boat, you definitely caught it. But I don't know. We go by the rule of if you have to touch it. You have to lay at least a hand on it. If it jumps out of your hand once you take it off the hook, or you go to grab it and it gets off the hook and taps your hand, it counts. But those 2 that I've lost today don't count towards my fish count. So I've landed 3. I technically caught 5. Actually, no, 6, because I lost one on my hard bait, which I'm going to switch to. Okay, without any further ado, we're going to switch back to the hard bait that Ron made by hand, which I've caught 2 peacock, largemouth, and I lost a largemouth on it earlier. So I'm going to switch over to our Cast King Royal Legend Pro combo with our custom made lure on it. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, start recording. Well, if they're hitting on that worm, they should hit this pretty good. At least the bigger ones will. I've caught enough dinks for today. I'm not worried about losing small fish because this bait's too big. We're looking for the fish that can eat this. Nope. thought that bird was going for my bait. I've had them do it. I've had birds swoop on my baits when they fish on when they float on top. You see that thing breaking the surface. Who's honking at me? Just when you forgot that I'm fishing in the middle of the suburbs, you hear all these cars backfiring. I'm a race car. Yeah, I'm not out in the swamps. I'm not out in the woods. I'm in someone's backyard. Yeah, this thing would definitely benefit from an eyelet added to it. Come on, fish. Somebody hit this. First day I used this, I couldn't keep them off of it. No luck so far. Well, I did lose one earlier. I keep forgetting. About an hour ago, I lost one on here. It was hooked up, but I lost them in the lily pads. I've lost 3 fish today. It's quite sad. I've landed 3, so. Oh, so that sucks. The rear hook fell off. So we're down a hook. Yep, the rear hook fell off. So that may be the end of this guy for the day. I'm going to have to switch lures, cast him one more time, but I'm going to put a rappel on here. Just because he broke doesn't mean we're going to stop fishing for peacock. That just means he ain't going to catch anything. So we're going to take him off, put a rappel on here, or the like, and continue with our bass fish, our peacock. I had a feeling that was going to happen because he told me he used shitty Amazon hooks on here, and they just couldn't handle the strain of being pulled through the lily pads. I noticed that after the first day I used it. I'm going to put on this guy. I have a different one. So we're going to cut off Ron's magic lure. Use this guy right here. Great paint job, Ron. Your hooks just suck. I was already aware of that. I don't even know if it'll fit in here. Hey, it fits. Oh, that hurt. Scissors are in my tackle box because I went fishing at a birthday party, so I took them out of my kayak. Mm-hmm. So I was looking at that bait and it wasn't green, it was blue. And we know that the fish prefer green out here. I'm like, I know I have a green one, so I found my green one. I was going to tie on the black one. This guy's green. We'll go for this one back. So we're just going to tie a standard uni knot on here. I'll tell you, I've lost so much bait when I first started fishing because I didn't know how to tie a proper knot. I lose a lot of bait, include a lot of waterways. So it's definitely important to learn a good knot. If you're a beginner, I suggest like a polymer knot or a uni knot. Uni knot's probably easier to do than a polymer. But yeah, those are the two knots that I use the most. Let's see if we can catch the peacock. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording. Here we go. GoPro, start recording. somewhere. Come on. Oh, some bait fish jumping. Come on, fish. Where you? Oh, something tapped it. Something tapped it. Oh, fish, where you at? There's a bird flying by. Did you guys see that? Somebody jumped over here. Something's jumping over here. Standing grass, that had to wait. Kind of disappointed no one's hit on this thing yet. I think if I was still throwing that worm, I would have caught a fish. We'll try for a few more minutes, and then if I need to, I'll go back to my worm. Usually there's just peacock all over this corner, and they love this thing. That's the reason I'm throwing it right now, to be honest with you. Look at all the shit he brought up. Bloop. 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 No one seems to be excited about my Rapella today. Could go out in the main lake and throw some topwater. See if we have any topwater action. I think I'm going to slowly head that way anyhow. And we'll keep throwing this, but see if we get any topwater action out on the main body. Because I got to head that way anyhow to get to the boat ramp. I heard you. Back here jumping around, splashing all nimbly bimbly. Big cat. What up, son? Sunshine lollipops. I'm half tempted to go back to the Wame until we get out on the lake. Nothing seems to be too interested in this Rapella. 3 more casts and we'll get back to the worm. So we're at least catching dinks on the worm. Well, the peacock could have got decimated by the cold snap last night too. Didn't think about that until just now. A couple years ago we had a cold snap. Well, it wasn't a snap yet. It got down to 38, but it got warm again. But we had a couple of real cold days a couple years ago, and a lot of the larger peacock died off. So it could be not too active today with this cold ass water. Because they're not in, oh God, my head. They're not a native species. They're brought down up here for maintenance purposes, and so they're not exactly, they survive, but sometimes if the conditions go south, they die off. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the worm. I think it was 3 casts. What's up, turtle? Turtle just peeked his head up there. Who the fuck are you? I'm laughing, so I'm out of here. I don't trust that guy. He looks shady. In case you're wondering, I have 3 fishing poles with me. That way I don't have to keep switching baits up. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, start recording. I think my tail broke off. Remember I was explaining to y'all earlier that when you cast, nope, tail's still on there. Centrifugal force can cause the tail break off if it's too great. Welcome to Kayak Bass Fishing ASMR. Take it. Take it. Got a dinker on here. Oh, he's in the lily pads. So you have to keep pulling through the lily pads. He got off, damn it. It's like the third. Yeah, the fourth fish that's gotten off tonight. Yep, fourth fish I've lost. So I've landed 3 and lost 4. I'm trying to put a new hook on. But I didn't lose all 4 of them on the same fit hook. Lost one of them on the hard bait. GoPro stop recording.